Sinaloa Cartel. The Sinaloa Cartel is one of the oldest and most powerful criminal organizations in Mexico. It began in the state of Sinaloa and grew out of earlier smuggling networks that moved marijuana and heroin into the United States. Over time, it expanded into cocaine, methamphetamine, and fentanyl. The group became widely known under the leadership of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, who helped turn it into a global trafficking operation. What sets Sinaloa apart is its long history, international reach, and ability to survive arrests and leadership changes. Even after major crackdowns, it remains a central force in the drug trade. Jalisco New Generation Cartel. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel, often called CJNG, emerged in the early 2000s and quickly became one of the most aggressive cartels in Mexico. Based in the state of Jalisco, it grew rapidly by breaking away from older groups and expanding through violence and strategic alliances. Its leader, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, also known as El Mencho, built the organization into a powerful rival to Sinaloa. CJNG is known for its heavy weaponry, public displays of force, and rapid territorial expansion. In a short time, it became one of the main players, shaping the current landscape of cartel conflict. Gulf Cartel. The Gulf Cartel is one of the oldest criminal groups in Mexico. With roots going back to the early 20th century, it is based in the border state of Tamaulipas and has long focused on trafficking drugs across the US-Mexico border. At one point, it formed a paramilitary wing known as Los Zetas to enforce its control. Over the years, internal divisions and government pressure weakened the organization. Even so, it still operates in parts of northeastern Mexico, maintaining influence in key border cities. Los Zetas began as an armed wing of the Gulf Cartel, formed by former Mexican Special Forces soldiers. Eventually, they broke away and became an independent cartel. Their military background shaped their methods, which included extreme violence and strict internal discipline. Unlike older groups that focused mainly on drug trafficking, Los Zetas also expanded into kidnapping, extortion, and human smuggling. Their rise intensified violence in several regions. Although the group later fractured into smaller factions, its impact on cartel tactics and brutality is still felt today. Beltrán Leyva Organization. The Beltrán Leyva Organization started as part of the Sinaloa network but split after a dispute with its leadership. Led by the Beltrán Leyva brothers, the group operated mainly in central Mexico. After the death of Arturo Beltrán Leyva in 2009, the organization weakened and fractured. Juarez Cartel. The Juarez Cartel is based in the city of Ciudad Juarez, across the border from El Paso, Texas. During the 1990s, it was one of the most dominant cartels in Mexico, controlling key routes into the United States. Under the leadership of Amado Carrillo Fuentes, known as the Lord of the Skies, it used a fleet of aircraft to transport cocaine. After his death, the organization declined and faced challenges from rival groups, particularly Sinaloa. Tijuana Cartel. The Tijuana Cartel, also known as the Arellano Felix organization, was once a major force in northwestern Mexico. It controlled smuggling routes through the city of Tijuana into California. The cartel gained notoriety for its violent enforcement and family-based leadership structure. Over time, arrests and internal struggles reduced its strength. While it still exists in some form, it no longer holds the same level of dominance it once had in the region. La Familia Michoacana. La Familia Michoacana emerged in the state of Michoacan in the early 2000s. It presented itself not only as a criminal group, but also as a kind of moral or religious movement, claiming to protect local communities. At the same time, it was heavily involved in methamphetamine production and trafficking. The group mixed religious rhetoric with organized crime, which made it unusual compared to other cartels. Eventually, it fractured, leading to the rise of successor groups. Knights Templar Cartel. The Knights Templar Cartel formed after a split from La Familia Michoacana. It adopted symbols and language inspired by medieval knightly orders, claiming to defend the people of Michoacan. In reality, it continued many of the same criminal activities, including drug trafficking and extortion. Government operations and local self-defense groups later weakened its control, but its presence reshaped power dynamics in the region. Santa Rosa de Lima Cartel. The Santa Rosa de Lima Cartel is a more localized group based in the state of Guanajuato. It initially focused on fuel theft from pipelines, a crime known in Mexico as huachicol. Over time, it became involved in drug trafficking as well. Its leader, Jose Antonio Yepes Ortiz, built a strong local following before his arrest. The cartel's clashes with CJNG turned Guanajuato into one of the most violent states in the country for a period.